But self-funding is one of those ways you can avoid modified community rating as a small employer, or a large employer. You can choose self-funding. Most small employers today do not self-fund, and here's the reason why: is because what self-funding means is that you, as the employer, are paying for all the claims of your employees. So if I have Joe Smith that works for me go and spend $10,000 on HealthCare in a day, I get to pay that claim as the employer. Now, you buy a reinsurance plan that caps off your worst case scenario, so Joe Smith can't bankrupt your company alone, type of situation. But you're taking on more risk as a small employer because 1 of 5 people can use up all of your budget amount in an hour at the emergency room. So extremely risky. However, going forward, there's already plans that insurance companies have developed, and there's going to be a lot more going forward where they're calling them max funding or level funding self-insured plans where a small employer can actually still pay a premium that is their worst case scenario for a year. PEO is called a professional employer organization. You're essentially, for the purpose of benefits and liability, you're leasing your employees from another tax ID number. So they're not really your own employees, although you still have the control and relationship over those employees. The implications of going into PEO, generally small employers do that now so that they can pool with a larger group of people for the purpose of insurance rates. What we're finding is as we shop the actual rates, the insurance rates inside the PEO, they're really pretty close to the same whether you buy inside or outside. They're not always a dramatic savings, but it is an option now for some groups do that. The real advantage sometimes of the PEO is you get to shift off the liability of payroll and HR services. The trade-off of doing that as a small employer is that there's an extremely large fee to pass off that liability. So part of the evaluation of PEO is strictly in the HR services that they provide. I want to caution people that the federal government's already saying that they're going to put a looking glass, look through a PEO at a company individually. So if you're pooling together with other companies for large group rates and rating methodology, they're still going to look through you as an individual company and apply all the liability as a small employer to go through modified community rating inside of that PEO. So that's what, there's no final ruling on that yet, but it is something that they've talked long and hard about. And so I just wanted to bring that to light because it's going to be an option. And then there's something called a private exchange. If you hear, it's a clever marketing term is what a private exchange is. We will actually participate in some of those. All it is a way for us to package benefits together in a set platform. We can throw in added value services like wellness or payroll and things of that nature all together. But it's a package deal. This is what you get when you're part of this private exchange, or you have a few options in that private exchange. Clever marketing term for what we can do for you individually now as a company. Still look at all your options and decide what package you want to offer. And then to be perfectly honest, there's going to be one thing I love about business in America is that there's really intelligent people that are always developing new products and new options for businesses. And we expect, especially by December of 2014, that there's going to be quite a few more new options and opportunities that don't even exist right now.